Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome in, everyone. This is Midnight Morning Readings, and we're going to do a general reading. This is good for all placements for the next 4 weeks to 30 days, for the next month ahead from the time that you're viewing this. We're going to get started by getting a message card, a couple of message cards for your reading, and see how they fit into the reading as this reading may resonate with you. So we're going to get a relationship card reading, and this doesn't necessarily mean it's a romantic relationship. It can be a friendship, a professional relationship, a sibling, familial, romantic. It could be however these messages are resonating with you. Thank you. Okay. So on the bottom of the deck, the card that came out is Bold Expedition. It says, set your course for greatness. Your rewards are coming soon, and go on the adventure. So there's something that you're maybe thinking about, doing with someone as you're looking into the future. It doesn't necessarily, like I said, it means a relation, romantic. It could be, but you're thinking about doing something. It's very action oriented. Okay, so for those of you that this may resonate as far as like career, money, finance, the card that they gave you was the treasure. And, the treasure, is always something that is there that is a surprise to be found. And, when we're looking at, treasures, especially in work, it could be, something that is coming out that you're not expecting. It could be a promotion, it could be a bonus, it could be a job offer that comes out of anywhere. A recruiter could be chasing you that, you weren't expecting for that. So there's definitely some type of opportunity that may be awaiting for you, and it's possible, maybe it's, you're getting asked to go on a business trip with another coworker that you weren't expecting, but could be huge for you as far as securing a sale or a contract or something like that. So it could be, but we're gonna keep going into the reading and see what's going on for you. So on the bottom of the deck, you have anxiety, the garden and the gate, and angel of balance. So there's definitely something that is going on, Sagittarius, that you are worried about, but how do I want to say this? It's a good worry in a sense that, with the garden and the gate, it's always about greener pastures. It's always about you have the power, you have the tools to be able to pass through the gate, to be able to decide your own future, because we still have, we always have free will as we're moving forward. So there's definitely some type of opportunity that is coming up for you. Thank you. Um, that's there, and yin and yang came out, and so that's, this is all about balance and self-mastery that you're going to be looking at. So let's see, what are your overarching energies? Thank you for the month ahead. Thank you. Anything else for Sagittarius? Thank you. Okay. All right. On the bottom of the deck is the garden and the gate again. All right. So as I was talking about, the garden and the gate is a very, very interesting card. And if you actually look at this card very, very closely, you see on this particular card that the key is around the young lady's neck, for the gate. And she's looking over the horizon. She knows where she's at. She's in a beautiful garden. It has a lot of flowers. There's butterflies. She's very, very happy where she's at, but she is looking out over the gate, and she has the key to open the gate. So she always has that opportunity that's there. She's contemplating what she wants to do. And so they've also given you the world, the door to spirit, a broken heart, and the man holding a heart. So I really feel that there is there's something that is coming, because the world here, you know, if you look at the world card on this particular one, you know, you see a light and a dark side. So there could be some shadow work that you might be needing to work on. And, you know, when you have that door to spirit, it's definitely telling me there's an opportunity. There is something that is coming through you that you have definitely been projecting. You've been really focusing on working on your internal vibration and your projections outward, as far as you know, the law of attraction, of trying to get things to come back to you. And you're starting to see that, you know, obviously with the treasure card that is coming in, you know, and you've got this broken heart and the man holding the heart, and then the final card that they gave you is envy. And I don't want you to be swayed, Sagittarius, because, you know, when you have the envy card, there is always somebody out there, or a feeling of jealousy or worry that is going on. And it's just, it, the fact that you're aware that somebody may have these feelings, these emotions, this vibration that is coming to you, is just going in and saying that you are keeping your level of vibration very, very high and very, very positive outwards, because you're not letting somebody else's energy affect your own. You're putting up your self protections. You're making sure that you're keeping your intentions honest and true. And that's what I really feel the messages is coming in for you, that, you know, something beautiful and wonderful is coming your way, something that you've been working for quite some time. You've been putting the effort in. You've been taking the internal work. You've really been trying to change your inward um, energies and vibrations to be able to project, you know, a positive and hopeful and very loving energy that is around you. And you're starting to see that level, that law of attraction, to where stuff is starting to come in. And you're not being hateful, you're not being spiteful, you're not being anything to anybody. You're just not letting their energies come into your surrounding shield, so to speak. Okay, so let's see what else is going on that might be creating some obstacles and challenges for you. Throat release. Okay, so when throat release comes up, this really, really strongly comes through for me as your throat chakra. All right, so it's a communication energy. So you or somebody that is in your social circle, in your family circle, something like that, there is a communication breakdown, something that you need to engage in a conversation with somebody, move through your fear, and message from the third eye, which is your sixth chakra. So you definitely have got fifth and sixth chakras that are coming in very, very strongly, that are creating blockages for you, because you have been working very, very diligently on trying to make sure that things are coming through. You're more powerful than you know. Um, you've been working a lot on self-love, self-care, self-projection, to really change your level of vibration to a really higher level of very, very pure. You know, that door to spirit is very pure, it's very honest. You don't mean, there's no ill intentions, you know, to anybody else. And you're starting to see and feel that, you know, that law of attraction and that vibration and that energy coming back to you in a very positive way. And you're starting, and with that, having that fifth and sixth chakras really coming in, you know, it's very important that you're keeping them open and not letting other people influence you in a way that is going to hinder your, or hold you back, I should say. Okay, or push you down. So let's see what other obstacles and challenges that you might be seeing on the horizon. Thank you. Anything else for Sagittarius? Thank you. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, explore fullness, fill your cup up, and release old patterns. Let go of control. I gotta take it. I feel it. I see it. And these are very, very beautiful cards. These are very, very beautiful, beautiful energies. And, in all of these cards, there is some type of bird that is in there. And it's really, the message coming through for me, Sagittarius, is you definitely have uh, the ability to look towards the sky, to be hopeful, to always have that positive influence. The cup is always half full. It's always, half a loaf of bread is better than none. I'd rather share those types of energies, and, exploring that fullness. And I really feel there is somebody that is close to you, whether it's family, it's work, it's in your social circle, that is kind of being, you know, a downplayer, a downsayer, really trying to hold you down or hold you back from really seeing the positivity that's going in there. And fill your cup up. Your cup is full, and your cup is full. It's overflowing, and you're not letting other people do this, but it's also kind of holding you back a little bit, because you've got those old patterns. And when I see old patterns come up, those are attachments, right? And so that is holding on to things that are no longer serving you. And sometimes those are relationships that you have with people, even if it's a relationship you've had a long time. Sometimes we outgrow those relationships to where you're ready to move on to a different course of your life, a different chapter of your life, and that person or that relationship isn't meant to go with you. And that could be where, that throat chakra, is really coming in, and it's just trying to say, you know what, maybe you've outgrown this relationship. Maybe it's time for you to move on. It doesn't mean you're letting them go. It means you're not letting them have that strong of an influence on what is going on in your life. Because we have intuitive journaling, gratitude for the past, and let this be your sign. And this is what I was just talking about, Sagittarius, gratitude for the past. And really, when we're talking about, the gratitude for the past, when we have um relationships that have been, people in our lives that have been with us for a long, long time, and they're very close to us, we sometimes allow people to have a very strong influence in our lives with everything. And it's in, letting go and releasing old patterns, releasing of those attachments. It's be appreciative for the time that you had with that person, that relationship, because it definitely holds a holds a place in your past that has helped put you on the path you are today. But it is also maybe time for you to look back and reflect on some of those things and decide what may or may not be something you want to carry to continue forward. And that's where maybe, letting this, you need to write down your thoughts and your feelings. And is this something you want to continue with, or how do you want the dialogue to go with this person? And how you want to, and how maybe you see the relationship going forward. Okay, this could be some of your trouble that you're having right now, is things are coming in for you very, very positively, but you're really looking at the people that you have close to you, and it's coming back, and you're starting to realize that that inner social circle is changing. That inner circle is changing of who you want to be in that inner ring. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look into some of your most recent past messages. Okay, so we have To the Sea, and the To the Sea is very, very interesting, because when you look at To the Sea, you see the lady that is in the boat, and she has a pair of binoculars that is looking behind her, but she's got a compass that is pointing forward. And so it's really goes to show that this has been going on for quite some time for you, Sagittarius, that you've really been looking at the people that you have close in your life, and you've been looking at shedding or putting a close to some of those relationships that you've had in the past. See, the thinker is right on the bottom of it. All right, Sagittarius, and round. It's the same old, same old. It's releasing old patterns. It's the same old routine. It's the same old drama that you continuously go through, and it's because, of this social circle, this inner circle that you have of maybe one or two people that are in it, and you're like, it's time for me to move on in a different direction. And I just don't see that relationship going with me. It is where you have been at, and that is leading you up to your current energies. So let's see what else is going on in the past for Sagittarius. Round and round came right back out. Okay, Sagittarius, this is very confirmational. Thank you. That is coming through from Spirit, because it's saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm tired. I've had enough, of the same old stuff, because it's not getting me anywhere. On the bottom of the deck, orphaned, the message in a bottle, and going the distance. And this is where Spirit is really coming in, and this is where you are feeling. You're feeling like an outcast. You're feeling like, things are just not moving forward, like you're alone in this particular scenario, and you're not, Sagittarius. This is where you have been at, that is coming up to your current energies and messages, is, when you feel alone sometimes, it may not necessarily be a bad thing, because it does give you that opportunity to think and reflect and really evaluate who has been there for you, who is there for you, and not for something that you have to offer that makes them feel better. So it's very important to understand the distinction between the two, because, something changed. Something changed. You received a message, or a situation transpired, or something has actually happened to where you're sitting there and you're just like, maybe this isn't the person I really thought they were, or have I changed because I've outgrown this relationship, right? That has been going on, because they also gave you between worlds, and round came out again, and that was on the bottom of the deck. And again, it's those same things over and over and over again, because, between worlds and orphaned, and this is where I really feel that you're at. You're between worlds of saying, I'm almost to the point that I would rather let this relationship go than to continue on this carousel, because it's the same old stuff. It's the same old drama. It's the same old relationship. It's the same old everything. It's not going anywhere. It's not progressing. It's not developing. It's not doing anything. And I'm done with it. I've outgrown it. I'm tired of it, and I'm ready to move on. And that's where I really feel that you're at right now, Sagittarius, is what has brought you into your current messages, is you really felt like you were kind of like torn between saying goodbye and deciding to stay in the same relationship. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers from Spirit for your most recent past messages as we are moving forward. Okay, and let's just get a couple of clarifiers. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Yeah, I'm not surprised that one came out. Thank you. There's one fell on the floor, so excuse me for a second. Okay. So the card that I said that I was not surprised that came out is the Two of Swords. And when you see the Two of Swords, you're talking about, it's a difficult decision, right? And the individual, the lady that is in the Two of Swords, she has a blindfold on. And it's basically, I am at a crossroads. I am at a point where I need to make a decision on this, because I cannot continue to be in this. But what's beautiful about the Two of Swords energy is you're making the decision, whatever decision that you're making it despite the fear, despite the anxiety, despite everything else that you know may come with making the decision, because you're making it what's right for you, not necessarily what's right for somebody else. And you're moving forward with it very, very clearly, very wholeheartedly. And some people may say, you know, you're being very cold, you're very distant, you're being very unempathetic about it. And the fact of the matter is, it's a decision that you have to make to be true to you, to be true to yourself. And you're going to make that difficult decision because you know it is what's best for you in the long run. And that is where the Two of Swords energy comes in, and it says, I'm going to make this decision despite my fear, my anxiety, or any repercussions, because I know it's the right decision to make. And it can come across that way sometimes, because they also gave you the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, okay, as clarifiers. The Ten of Wands, it's the end of something. Okay, so you know the Ten of Wands, you know, it's you've been carrying this around. This has been weighing on you for a long time. This isn't something that has just come up in the last month or two. This is something that has been weighing on your mind for months. Okay, and you have finally gotten to the point where, you know, you are just like, I'm done. Like the 10 is the pinnacle. It's the end of it. It's like, I'm done carrying this burden. I'm done carrying you. I'm done carrying this load, because it has nothing to do with me. It's not helping me. All it is doing is hurting me. It's holding me back. And then you've got the Queen of Pentacles that is coming in to your most current energies, current messages that's coming in here, you know, and this is all about, you know, this new structure, this new foundation, you know, because Pentacles is all about stability, whether it's abundance, whether it's financial stability, it's job security, it's, you know, social acceptance, however it is to help you build a foundation that is strong, you know, and sturdy. And this is what you have been going through in your most recent past, that's bringing you into your current messages, Sagittarius. Wow, okay. That's a lot that has come out. So let's keep going. All right. All right. So we're going to see what your current messages are that's coming in. You've got the Nine of Swords. All right. On the bottom of the deck. All right. Okay. This is the anguish that comes after the decision. All right, and you've made the decision. You know, the other person or persons know you've made the decision. This is what's going through, and you're feeling the hurt, you're feeling the grief, you're feeling the anguish that goes with making the decision. But if you look very carefully at this particular card, okay, she's looking at the sun rising. Okay, well, it could be interpreted one of two. It could be either way. She's either looking at the sun rising, knowing that it's over, or the sun is setting, knowing that it's closing. So either way, she's looking at, she's saying, I'm saying goodbye to this because a new day is coming. And I know that it is bigger and brighter. And I personally, when I look at this, it looks to me as if it's a sunrise. It's saying, you know, here is the anguish, here is the grief, but the sun is on the horizon. It is going to get beautiful. It is going to get brighter as we continue to move along. And so the base chakra is also on the bottom of this, and it's going to be very important as you're going through this healing process from whatever relationship or situation that you're in. It's going to be very important that you keep yourself grounded, that you keep, you know, things moving through to where you are keeping that energy flowing and keeping yourself grounded. Very, very important. So however you best ground yourself, whether it's, you know, taking a barefoot walk on the beach, whether it's going out in the garden, whether it's getting in the water, going swimming, or taking a bath, whether it's just getting out in nature and going for a long walk or hiking, sailing, whatever it is, however you ground yourself to bring yourself back to center, to where you bring yourself back to whole and that inner peace. It's going to be very important that you continue to do that. Okay. All right. So let's get your current messages from Spirit. Okay. Current messages for Sagittarius, please, Spirit. Current messages. Anything else for Sagittarius? Current messages. Anything else? Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, you've got wisdom. You've got stand your ground. You've got authority. And you've got rejoice and celebration. All right. So I really feel here is where you're at. Just based on the cards that are coming out, you are still in the very, very hardcore tender spot of this decision. You're still feeling the grief. You're still feeling the pain of the separation that you're going through. And, it's very important to know, because in your heart, Sagittarius, you made the right decision. And it's hard and it hurts very, very much. And it's very important that you give yourself time to do this, because they gave you emotional withdrawal with wisdom. And the wisdom card, this is the Hermit energy. Okay? And it's very, very important that you give yourself time. This is not something that you have to feel that you need to get over today, or even tomorrow, or even in the next few weeks. Okay? This is the path that you're on, and you're on it for a reason. And it's very important that you give yourself time to heal, which is why you need to keep that base chakra, really, keep yourself really, really grounded, and keep yourself healing. Okay, and doing that self-care. And this is where this is going to come in, with this emotional withdrawal and the Hermit energy. You're going to feel like you need to pull back. You need to pull away from the people, even in your innermost circle, because you need time to yourself in order to heal. Okay, very, very important, because you've got stand your ground. This is Seven of Wands energy. And you're going to come up to some points in time where you're going to cross paths with this person or this other individual or individuals. They're going to reach out to you and, try and see if they can change your mind or anything like that. And in your heart of hearts, you know that this is the right decision for you. Okay? And it's going to be very important, because you've got the Emperor behind you on this one, Sagittarius, standing your ground. You're going to be very, very, you're going to be so much stronger than what you even realize, how strong you are as you're moving forward with this, and that you're just going to be like, there's just no way. I can't believe that I didn't crumble, because every other time, you've crumbled, you've caved, maybe they're a person that, this relationship is just, I'll promise I'll do, the promises are hollow, their intention is good, but you just know it's that round and round. It's, and you're to the point, I'm breaking the cycle and not doing this anymore. Because they also gave you the Eight of Swords and they gave you the Nine of Wands. Okay. And this is healing. Right? So, the Eight of Swords is very, very, I'm trapped in my own mind. I'm trapped in nighttime anxiety. I'm trapped in my own pain. And I'm just hurting and I can't see a way out. And Spirit is saying, no, 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 no. We're not going to do this again, because yes, it hurts. Okay. But when you have the Nine of Wands energy, this is seeing beyond the trees. This is positive energy. This is healing. This is emotional healing. This is spiritual healing, and is physical healing as well. And so this is all about coming into your own and realizing how much better you're feeling and how much better you're healing, because you're not going back, because you're breaking the cycle. You're continuing to break the cycle, because the last card they gave you is the Three of Cups. And this is all about celebration, which is coming into your incoming messages from spirit. This, rejoice in celebration, and it's all about celebrating. And this is when you hit the turning point to where you're healing, and you've healed past the point of wanting to go back, because you've already seen enough to know how much better off you are in this new phase of your life. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some additional clarifiers for your for your current messages, Spirit. And that one came out, and I feel it's got to come out. That's the Nine of Wands. Okay, this is the Nine of Wands. All right, Sagittarius, this is the exact same card. These are the same cards. This is healing. This is spiritual healing. This is it, and it's coming in, and it's standing your ground. It's holding true to who you are, and it's doing all of that healing. It's coming into that energy to where you are just, you're going to get through this. I mean, come on. I mean, this is you. This is your energy, Sagittarius. Okay, this is your energy that is coming in, and if anybody can pull through this, you can. All right, I mean, you got to. I mean, your cards are coming out very, very strongly, so when this message finds you that this is the point in time. This is a pinnacle for you in your life. Okay, so let's see, what other messages do you have? Thank you for Sagittarius. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Okay. As you're going through all this, it's so interesting to see the cards that continue to come out, because you've got the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Swords that are coming through here, and despite all of the emotion and the pain and everything else that is going on here, this is where you have really, really come into your own. And, and you're just like, I know I'm over the hump. I know I'm there. I am going to hold fast. I'm going to hold strong, and I'm going to hold on to, the inner circle that I have, that I choose to have remain on the inner cycle. I am going to hold, and I'm going to hold as tight as I can, because those are the people that have truly been there for you, not for something that you offer them. Okay. All right. They have given you the Knight of Cups. They have given you the Page of Swords, and they have given you the Magician. This is all manifestation, Sagittarius. Okay. All right. So, I mean, you've got the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is all about action. It's all about moving something in some direction, So you definitely know that things are opening up for you, that things are healing, that you're on that path, and the Page of Swords is ideas, it's creativity, it's thought process. And that very much can be where you're pulling that inner circle that you have left, and you're saying, you know what? Let's go. We're going on a trip. We're breaking loose for the weekend. We're going somewhere else. And, we're going to figure out what we're doing and how we're getting there, because the last card that they gave you is the Queen of Swords. All right. Sagittarius, I cannot. The Sagittarius, okay, the Queen of Swords, she is a beautiful queen. Okay. She is one that is very, very quiet. And she's very, very strategic in her thought process as she's moving forward. And this is where you're at. Male or female, it doesn't matter. Okay, this is the energy of the card that is coming through. And when the Queen of Swords comes in, she is going to hold fast with everything. Not that she's ignoring the emotion, the heartbreak, the anything that's going on, but it's recognizing the patterns. It's breaking of the stereotype. It's breaking of the round and round cycle, and it's recognizing that you're better off without that situation as you're moving forward. And that's where the queen of swords is coming in, and she's holding true. She's helping you hold your ground, staying steadfast, and helping you overcome any adversity that you may have had as you were going through this situation. Okay, and that's what's bringing you into your incoming messages, Sagittarius. So on the bottom of the deck, you've got opportunity, delight, happiness, adventures, release. I mean, it's gonna be a while. I mean, it's taking time to get here, to get to that point. It's not saying that you're not going to continue to have grief, that you're not going to have sadness or heartbreak that's going to be going on. What it's saying is you are now seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You are seeing through the trees. You are feeling happier. You are happier. Your vibration is happier, is at a higher level than what it was before. All right. So incoming messages for Sagittarius, please. What is going on with Sagittarius? Incoming. Thank you. Incoming for Sagittarius. Thank you. They are just flying out of here. Anything else? On the bottom of the deck, fulfillment. And this is everything coming full circle. All right. Wisdom. There's your hermit energy coming in. It's very important that you take time out and take time for yourselves and really, really do some meditation, grounding, really take some things, and then you've got transformation. Okay, the Magician and the Death card are very, very similar energies. It's all about changing something into something different. Okay, it's just the way that it actually happens. All right, so I mean, the Death card is about a true ending to something in order for something new to be born or for something to begin, where the Magician is taking an existing thing and turning it into something new without actually, going through such a heartbreak process type thing. And so through this, when you come through this, you are going to be completely transformed into a different person as you're moving forward. You're going to be happier, you're going to be wiser, and you're going to be different as you're moving through, because you've got patience, you've got pleasure, you've got abundance, and finally you've got success. And this is where you're at, right? This is what we do when we go through this and we restructure our foundation, and who's in that inner deep circle that we have, and we go through everything, we restructure everything, and it takes time, it takes patience, along with with that hermit energy that's coming in, and then you're going to start seeing a lot of other things coming in. You're going to see the abundance, the success, the happiness, that is coming with it. And it's all because you have completely transformed yourself into somebody different. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get some clarifiers for your incoming messages. Anything else? Incoming messages. I love this because the Page of Wands came out, and that is all about you, Sagittarius. It's all about, you've got new ideas, you've got new excitement, you've got a fire under your butt, and you're a fire sign. And it's like, once that fire is lit, there is nothing that is going to stop you from doing anything or moving forward with anything. Because the last card that came out and the first card to my left is the Fool, and this is all about new beginnings for you. Right? All right. So it's a complete transformation. You are coming out totally bigger, brighter, and just somebody totally different on the other side. And you're going to realize how much that how much it was worth it, how much you really needed to go through it in order for you to come out on the other side, okay? Because this was the Six of Swords comes out, right? And when you look at this card, and you're sitting there and the guy is holding the girl on top of his shoulders, she's carrying the swords, they're walking through the water, the shark is on their heels, and it's despite the pain, despite the fear, despite all of the hurdles I've gone through, I know I have to do this. And this is what you've done. This is your transformation, Sagittarius. Because here you've got the Fool that is also coming in. And here the last two they've given you is, remember, okay, you've got the Knight of Pentacles and you've got the Page of Wands that is coming in. And so, you're all about, new planning, new ideas. What am I going to do? How am I going to get there? It's all about what is coming next because of the freedom of everything that you feel so free and vibrant, and you've come back to life, and it's coming in and you're just like, yes, I want to do that, but at the same time I'm not going to make the same mistakes that I did before. I'm going to be cautious. I'm going to take patience. I'm going to evaluate everything, and I'm going to make sure that I'm making the decisions what's right for me and not for somebody else that I'm going through. Okay? Wow, Sagittarius, that was a powerful reading. You are definitely going through something that is going on right now, and something that has been festering for quite some time, and you're going through the hard rock bottom pain of it right now. And I am sending you prayers, love, and light as you are continuing to go through this. But I promise you, it will be brighter on the other side when you continue to go through it. And every day that you take a step forward, no matter how small, is a step in the direction that you are meant to go. All right. So we're going to get a couple of final angel card messages from Spirit before we wrap up this reading. Okay. So we're going to ask Spirit to give us just a couple of cards to give us as we are moving through your reading. Thank you. Oh, things are going to move for you, Sagittarius. I can feel it. Thank you. Anything else? I think they're going to be done. They're going to hold at 2 cards. And they gave you the 9 of Gabrielle. And it says, stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. And it could be through some grounding with the environmental activism, going out, going on a church retreat, or just, going out and helping to clean up a park or something like that. I mean, however it is that helps you get your hands in the dirt to help you feel grounded, to get grounded, to stay grounded, that's there. But remember, the key is about moving forward, because the card that came out first is the Chariot. And we all know it is the biggest movement card in the major arcana in the tarot deck. So when the Chariot comes out, buddy, you better believe you're ready to run. You're gonna move very, very quickly. And determined and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success of others. And this is where you are going to come in, and things are going to move extremely quickly, very, very rapidly, and it's all going to come together. And the next thing you know, it's going to be a year from now, and you're going to say, I don't recognize the person that I was a year ago, because I'm somebody completely different. All right, I hope that helped. I hope you found some messages in this reading for you, Sagittarius. Feel free to leave comments down below, and I'd be grateful if you'd hit that like, subscribe, and share button on your way out, and we'll see you back here next time. Take care.